So Bitcoin for the recent hours is sink one more pivot towards the potential gain, straightforwardly towards the critical degree of obstruction at $29,200. Our expectation from yesterday was certainly right on the FOMC gathering on the grounds that the rate climb was of 5.25%. Bitcoin at this particular time most certainly got a push towards the potential gain of some sort or another. We got some liquidity over our past high. We got one more push towards the drawback, and obviously, likewise focusing squarely into our volume. Volume was additionally expanded precisely on the FOMC meeting. Sadly, our everyday high from area of help was not hit, however it truly seems to be that. Indeed, we bobbed at some sort of pain-filled level phi regular treatment from our swing low back to our swing high. It seems to be the Bitcoin before the FOMC meeting really bobbed at the brilliant phi at proportion, and from that point forward we are right of seeing a revolution towards the potential gain of roughly 0.2%. Presently, as I would like to think, the whole push towards the potential gain doesn't look the most bullish on the grounds that we were obviously yesterday expecting and trusting that Bitcoin is really going to hit this particular area of obstruction where possibly we could be intrigued going with a pristine short or an example position on the piece contain. Presently, recollect what we were referencing yesterday, we were searching for one more push up towards our brilliant FINA proportion since, supposing that we go directly down with the FUNA treatment, by and by from our swing level back to our swing low Bitcoin. As of right now presently, it's really exchanging at the brilliant FINA proportion. Also, additionally, assuming we are focusing on our 5-wave structure towards drawback that could be affirmed in the impending days here. Obviously, as of the present moment, Bitcoin is just affirming and framing our subsequent backstreet wave. In the subsequent rear entryway wave, we want to see a 3-wave value design, and I figure you can really concur with me. We can say we completed our A wave here. We got our B wave and is the present moment Bitcoin is shaping the C rear entryway wave for us to complete our subsequent backstreet wave here before we could be searching for one more drop toward disadvantage for us to go with our third and most imprudent backstreet wave back towards drawback. Presently, that doesn't imply that we want to see a dismissal. Currently right now from the area where we are, in view obviously we want to follow through on regard for our fiche expansion cost targets going from our swing low back to our high, back to our low. Indeed, it seems to be that 0.658 fiche expansion level, which is the main value focus of our ocean Elliott wave, was at that point broken towards the potential gain, yet our subsequent cost target coordinated fiche augmentation, obviously, still hasn't actually got hit. Also, I would agree assuming we really do see another slight push towards the potential gain. I'm most certainly going to be giving extremely close consideration to the area of $29,334.5 since here we could likewise get some sort of a swing disappointment example or illiquid ID snatch, and that implies that individuals that are at the present time previously standing firm on a short or reset footing at this particular region and do have a stop misfortune over the high, basically stop them out of their exchange. Screen the response at our 1 fiche expansion, and really at that time possibly see some sort of a push towards some side on the piece contained. Presently, why, as I would like to think, our ABC remedies here. This is of right presently basically look legitimate essentially since, in such a case that we right and go with our Fibonacci time levels, you will see estimating the whole push towards the drawback with our Fibonacci time. It seems to be that. Indeed. The revision here, our subsequent rear entryway wave is now unparalleled our coordinated time, and that implies that this remedy here, this looks substantial as far as the FUBU time here. What's more, additionally, focusing on the volume, suppose on the 1 hourly. Likewise, for instance, on the 2-hour time span, I figure you can concur with me yesterday on the push towards the potential gain on our A wave here. We most certainly got a critical volume increment, yet at the present time on a higher high, volume got endlessly lower, which right currently implies that indeed, Bitcoin is pushing towards the potential gain. We are affirming a higher high, however on a lower volume, and that implies that the whole push towards the potential gain for our C here looks more fragile versus what we got recently with our A. Backstreet 12. What's more, we are hitting a vital cost target, not just in light of our brilliant Fibo regular proportion here, yet in addition we could go with a 1-hour time period distinguishing a spick and span selling channel. We will associate our more promising low points, extending this one towards our high, and you can see the Bitcoin 2 or 3 hours prior hit the highest point of our noting channel in a real sense. Precisely. Indeed, we are at the GOFI bond proportion. We are at our day-to-day high time span area of obstruction, and obviously, likewise, as we referenced yesterday, we are right on preparing at the month-to-month turn point, which obviously it's additionally going to be another vital key level since it will be affirmed on the month-to-month time span at 29,077 $. Obviously we could right currently say in the event that this degree of opposition will see break towards the potential gain, being some sort of a bullish peace communication is going. Yet, by and by, as of the present moment, being our degree of resistance is going. What's more, before we in all actuality do discuss the preparation thoughts, if possibly you might want to exchange Bitcoin, Ethereum with us. I, first of all, would really prescribe you to get the 25 USDT withdrawable crypto here on ZoomX Trade, which is one of the trades that has previously worked together with Get Me on one of the greatest exchanging contests the world here. What's more, additionally, you're likewise going to get 2 tickets here for the Z-like draw. So to get those 25 USD free training reward, and obviously additionally 2 tickets, just follow those exceptionally basic strides down beneath in the portrayal. However, at this moment, before we really go into the preparation thoughts, I would immediately prefer to specify what has been occurring with the securities exchange on the FOMC information discharge here on the grounds that it seems to be that. Likewise, S&P 500 got a push towards the potential gain. We genuinely attempted to break our everyday high time from area of obstruction, yet we fizzled and we got a huge dismissal. Back towards disadvantage. Precisely the same thing happened likewise with the US 100 pushed towards the potential gain attempting to break our everyday. Yet again we were really exchanging over the everyday summit, except by the by, some sort of a hand protection design was shaped on the US 100 and we are right on exchanging beneath our day-to-day high time from area of opposition. Thus, frankly, at the present time, US 100 and S&P 100 right currently are as of now seeing a sign shortcoming of some sort. Bitcoin, then again, indeed, I would agree that we are most certainly pleasantly pushing towards the potential gain, however we are likewise hitting a huge degree of opposition where assuming that we will see some sort of a sign shortcoming, a dismissal light, we could be searching for some sort of a short or a sub-position on the piece contained now going right now rapidly with our group calculation and obviously additionally with the cash stream pointer. On the 1 hourly, and obviously likewise on the 2 hour time period, it appears as though that we could see a possible arrangement for a negative dissimilarity. That being said, lower high on our bunch calculation, yet a higher high on the bid involved. It's not affirmed that a negative uniqueness here, but rather by the by, it is certainly an arrangement for a likely negative difference. What's more, on the 4 hour time span with our cash stream marker, we are additionally coming to the overbought region, perhaps affirming a covered up-ish disparity since it will be a high, and a lower high on the bid includes out. So the thing will be our exchanging thoughts for now? As referenced yesterday, actually, I was not exactly intrigued going with a short or succeed position at the specific level just on the grounds that we got to the FOMC meeting in the forthcoming hours. Furthermore, obviously, basically on the grounds that as I would see it, it was not exactly a critical degree of opposition. It was just a 0.5 Fe regular treatment level. Right. Noted Bitcoin is hitting our brilliant fiat proportion, which is a lot greater level obstruction. I would say we are correct now hanging tight for some sort of a dismissal candle towards drawback, ideally occurring with a volume increment here, or perhaps with a sound CV dissimilarity shaping on the 30-moment time span as of this moment. All we are seeing is that we are seeing an open revenue increment, and that implies right now cash is coming into the market, however there is no truly obstruction uniqueness shaping on our CVD pointer. So by and by, we are searching for an indication of soft spot for a dismissal count here, or perhaps a swing disappointment design or a liquidity hole over the past high. Take the liquidity over the high do see, a dismissal channel towards some side, and at this particular region. Then, at that point, we are hoping to get involved into a short or sell position on the Bitcoin cost. There is an exceptionally straightforward greeting level over our past high rate here, over 29,900 to US dollars since, in such a case that this particular high rate here will see a break towards the potential gain here, most certainly it will mean. Once more our negative count was nullified, and we really want to relate our backstreet, yet by the by, as this moment, it appears as though volume is going increasingly slow just pushed towards the potential gain. It is a huge degree of opposition. All we really want right currently is just going to be some sort of a sun shortcoming, some sort of a dismissal pet hotel. Before we then, at that point, really fire fresh out of the plastic news short situation on the piece include perhaps utilizing the 25 USD free withdrawal reward accessible right presently on ZoomX Trade following those 5 exceptionally basic advances here. What's more, in addition, much thanks. Harmony out. So Bitcoin for the new hours is sink another turn towards the expected increase, directly towards a basic level of deterrent at 29,200 US dollars. Our assumption from yesterday was absolutely right on the FOMC social event because the rate climb was a 5.25%. Bitcoin at this specific time unquestionably got a push towards the likely increase or some lightness thereof. We got some liquidity over our past high. We got another push towards the disadvantage, and clearly, in like manner centering solidly into our volume. Volume was moreover extended definitively on the FOMC meeting. Unfortunately, our ordinary high from area of help was not hit, but it genuinely is by all accounts that. For sure, we bounced at some kind of aggravation-filled level phi ordinary treatment from our swing globe back to our swing high. It is by all accounts the Bitcoin before the FOMC meeting truly bounced at the splendid fiat extent, and from there on out we are right of seeing an upset towards the expected increase of around 0.2%. By and by, as I might want to think, the entire push towards the potential increase doesn't look the most bullish in light of the fact that we were clearly yesterday expecting and believing that Bitcoin is truly going to hit this specific area of hindrance where conceivably we could be charmed going with a flawless short or a model situation on the piece contain. As of now, remember what we were referring to yesterday, we were looking for another push up towards our splendid FINA extent since, assuming that we go straightforwardly down with the FUNA treatment, eventually from our swing level back to our swing low Bitcoin. As of right now by and by, it's truly trading at the splendid FINA extent. Likewise, moreover, accepting we are zeroing in on our 5-wave structure towards disadvantage that could be attested in the approaching days here. Clearly, as of the current second, Bitcoin is simply confirming an